We're gonna get started with the warm-up. We're gonna do the warm-up sequence twice. We're gonna start with the walkout, so that's the getting those hamstrings warmed up. You're gonna push your butt back and walk out to a plank and then walk back in. So we're doing 5 walkouts. So push that butt back, walk out to that plank, and then walking back up. Try to keep your knees extended as much as you can because you want those hamstrings doing the work, but you don't want to overwork them. And the last one, I think this is 5. From here, we're going to go into that half squat, and we're going to go side step. So sinking down into a half squat, so not a full squat, not standing tall, somewhere in the middle. Hips are engaged, knees are slightly bent, toes stay forward. Take 5 steps one direction, and then 5 steps back, staying in that squat. So use your core as well. And the last one, I think this is 5. I can't count this morning. And then we're going to stop and do knee hugs. So you're going to keep the grounded foot forward, bring that knee up, give it a little hug, and then switch, hug that opposite side. So trying to just warm up that hip, get a little stretch in there. Don't force anything. And one more on each side. Good. Shaking that out. We're going to go down to the ground. We're going to get in that high plank position. So the hands nice and high, feet are behind. We're going to step 1 foot forward. We're going to take the opposite hand of the foot that's forward, keep that on the ground. And then foot that's forward, hand is reaching up, getting our thoracic spine moving. So open up to the ceiling, thread that hand through the armpit, twist as far as you can. Again, don't force anything, just getting our thoracic spine warmed up. We're doing 5 of these. And 5, and then you're gonna plant that hand, step back into that high plank again, bring the opposite foot forward, and opposite side. Reaching up to the ceiling, open up as much as you can, dive through that armpit, twist as much as you can. Getting that thoracic spine moving. And 5. And then we're gonna come on up to standing, however you wanna get there. And then we're gonna do our little shoulder mobility. We're gonna go sword pull, so I'm going to start thumb down, sword pull out, thumb comes up, bicep next to ear, and then you're going to take that hand behind you as far as you can go, and then you're going to rotate so that your pinky is up top. Come forward as far as you can, my pinky's up top, reverse, thumb goes back up, across, and into that pocket. So it's thumb up, rotate at the top, pinky stays up, coming through, and then it rotates forward, thumb is up, and then thumb is down, coming through. So we're just kind of working that whole range of motion of that shoulder. Takes a little bit of thought to figure out that arm rotation. Took me several times to get this, so. We're gonna go one more. And we're gonna do that on the opposite side. So I'm starting with my thumb in my pocket, up to my bicep, thumb up to that bicep to ear, and then you're gonna rotate that hand around as you come, and then you end up with your pinky up. And then you reverse that. Somewhere around here is where your thumb comes back up to that bicep to ear, to that pocket. And the last one. Good. We're gonna go back. So back to 5 walkouts. So butt is up, but push that butt back. Walk out to that plank. Walk back in 5 times. Standing up tall in between. And 5. And then we're going back to that half squat, 5 steps each direction, 5 times. So sinking that butt down, half squat, somewhere around here. And taking 5 steps one direction, 5 steps the other direction. Keep the toes pointed forward. And I think that was 5. And then we're going to go back to those knee hugs when you're done with that. So knee hugs, knee up, give that knee a hug. 5 each side, so count to 10 total. Trying to get a little stretch at the top, but don't force it. And from here down into that high plank for the rotation. So in that high plank, stepping 1 foot forward, opening up that chest to the ceiling, diving through 5 times. And then planting that hand back into the high plank, opposite hand forward, reaching through 5 times. So the idea is to get that mid back, that thoracic spine moving. And then walking yourself up to standing. And then we're going to do the sword pulls again. So pull the sword out of the pocket. Thumb goes back towards the wall behind you, bicep by your ear. Rotate your hand at the top so the pinky is down, and then it rotates around so that pinky stays up. Back to about here is when that rotation starts again. Coming down my pocket. So from your ear back, your hand is twisting around like you're doing, almost like you're doing an arm circle, but you're rotating your hand around. And then we're going to switch sides. Bicep by the ear, rotate it around, pinky is up. Back into my pocket, rotating around. think this was 5. Good. So if you guys want to jog in place, I'm going to go over what the exercises are. We're doing a 15-minute as many rounds as possible this morning. So let me quick paste the workout in. So I'm going to drop this in the chat in case you need it. It didn't space it out. We're doing bent over row, front raise, shoulder press, tricep extension, and then a runner's step up or a march. So I'm going to walk through all those. So bent over row, you're doing both arms. You're doing 10 reps total. So whatever weight you have, making sure that back is flat when you come down. So flat back, athletic knees, so a little bit of a bend. Bringing those hands to the armpit. So I'm not hyperextending. I'm stopping at a natural position where I would stop. So my elbows aren't going way up to the ceiling. So I'm stopping when my hands are next to my body. So 10 of those if you're using a band. It's the same thing, you're going to stand on that band. Slightly bent knees, doing that row up as well. So if you need to take some of the slack out for more resistance, just slide it under your foot a little bit more. So that's bent over row. Front raise, if you don't have a light enough weight, just go hands free. If you have a weight, you're going to hold them palms down. So you're pulling that belly button to the spine, you're coming up chest height, parallel to the floor, not past it. 10, we're thinking about all the work coming from that shoulder blade. So that shoulder blade's doing the work. If you have a light weight, you can use a light weight. If you have a band, keep it light. This shouldn't be a lot of work. This is littler muscles, so you can just stand on that band and do that front raise. 10 of those. Shoulder press. I'm going down to the floor because I don't have ceiling space. If you have a band, you can go on your knees as well and do shoulder press. It may be too far for standing. If you're using weights, you can go open grip, so palms forward, or neutral grip, palms in, pressing up. My spine is strong. My knees or feet would be under my hips. If I was on my feet, I'm on my knees, so my knees are under my hips. Belly button's in, neck is relaxed. 10 shoulder press. And then from there, we're going tricep extension. If you have a weight, elbows forward, reaching up. You have options with tricep extension. If you prefer, your weight's not heavy enough, you want to go 2 hands, you're going to keep those elbows locked to your torso. And I'm squeezing the back of my arm to lift my hands. So I'm not swinging, my neck is relaxed. I'm just squeezing the back of my arm. So this is pretty much the same setup of that bent over row. If you have a band, you can either stand on it and do one handle overhead that way, or you're going to end up going a little bit slower. You can go hold one end and you're going to press down. So this is also working that tricep. Okay, so those are your options with the band for tricep extension. Runners step up, you're thinking about a step high knee. So if you have a step, you're going to stay on the same leg for 10, so that same foot's going to step up and back down, step up and back down for 10. If you don't have a step, you're going to do that same movement. So it's a runner step up, so you're thinking about running. 10 on each leg. If you want to add in a curl, the hands would switch up a little bit, but you're still doing that high knee. You would bring a curl at the same time. So you can add a curl in if you want. You're going to end up doing 20 curl. So that is the AMRAP. Questions? Anybody need modifications? Everyone's good? All right, I'm gonna find my timer. We're starting with the bent over row. Timer. All right, we're going in 5.
Starting your Tabata workout. Get ready. Exercise.
And you're going.
Everything now, every space in your head is filled up with the things that you read. You see, you've got everything now. see up in your dreams. That reminds me.
10 minutes, 20 seconds, 10 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Those of you using lighter weights, try to move a little faster through the movement. Still stay safe. Just go a little bit quicker. Focus on what muscles you're trying to use. That bent over row, really squeezing the shoulders. Ankles relaxed. Front raises, you're really thinking about pulling those shoulders, moving from the shoulders, moving those scapula. Core is strong.
Daddy, how come you never run? Now, so you call in the middle of the road. Happy family, everything now. Speakers up, they break. Every time you smile,
All right, just under 8 minutes, so we're almost at that halfway point. Try to do as many rounds as you did in that first half, if not more. So I did 3 rounds. I'm going for 3 more rounds, maybe 4. Six, 10 to go. 6 minutes, 10 seconds.
hey, I've been waiting for this moment all my life, but it's not quite right.
5.5 minutes. Keep moving.
I've been waiting for the silence all night long. It's just a matter of time. To make me sad. It's to rest on you. That's great. That's
3 minutes, 45 seconds. 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Under 3 minutes to go. Keep working strong. One minute, 30 seconds. 90 seconds to go. Finishing out strong. See if you can get another round in. Last 40 seconds. Finishing strong. 30 seconds. We are going to move into the second 15-minute. I'm going to put this into the chat, and then I'll go through it. Sorry, my paste is making it all one line. So we're doing hip bridges, clamshell, sit-ups, seated twist, and pullovers. So I'm going to run through what all of them are. Write it down if you need to, since it came up kind of wonky. So hip bridges, the usual hip bridge. If you want to add weight, you can put it onto your hips. So regular hip bridge, you're going to be a little bit. Feet are close to your butt. My knees are staying in line with my hips. I'm not sticking them out. I'm going to squeeze my glutes and lift up as far as I can go. Hopefully you guys have better range of motion than me. My thoracic spine stops right here. I can't go further. Something I've been working on. So hopefully you can get your butt up a little bit higher than me. Make sure you're not using your neck. If you're going to add some weight, it's going to go right onto that pelvis bone. Don't put it on any vital organs. You don't want it on your gut. So right onto that pelvis bone, you're going to just add that weight. If you're adding a band, you can, if you have a handle band, you're going to put it around your hips, under your feet. So I am standing on the band is around my hips, I'm pushing into that band. If you have a round band, it's going to be the same thing. You're just not going to have ends to stand on. So I'm just pushing in. My knees are still staying in line with my hips. I'm not splaying them out. So that is the hip bridge. From there, we're going clamshell. This is 8 each side. Again, making sure that your hips are perpendicular to the floor. If you're on your side and you look down and you're like, oh, hey, my right leg's way shorter than my left leg, you're probably leaning back. So you want to make sure that those hips are stacked. Feet are in line with my butt. They're not back. They're not forward. They're in line with my tush. And then you're just doing that clamshell, squeezing open. If you have a band and want to add it, you can put it around the top of your leg. Make sure that you don't put it on your tendon in the back of the knee, top of the leg. Or you can add a weight. Again, make sure you hold on to that, lifting that weight up. This does not have to be a very dramatic movement. We're not, not going way out to the side. I don't want to roll my hips. My hips are staying stacked. I'm squeezing from my hip to lift. 10 clamshell each side. Then we're going sit-ups. If you're not doing sit-ups, you're doing dead bugs. So sit up, add weight if you want, or not. If you're not adding weight, you can use those hands for momentum. If you need to anchor, drop your knees down to anchor, reach through, or you're going dead bug. If you're doing dead bug, you're counting to 20 because it's 10 each side. Making sure those shoulders are anchored. From there, we're going seated twist. So seated twist, you're going to add weight if you want. The lower version, your heels are connected. My belly button's pulled in. My chest is open. I'm going no weight. I can add weight, still keep those feet connected, or I can lift my feet, no weight, or I can add weight. If you are lifting your feet, keep those knees stable. Don't add in a windshield wiper. That's just going to tweak your back. So try to keep your legs from swinging. They can move a little bit to balance, but you don't want a big windshield wiper swing. Listen to your back on that. Make sure if your back's starting to kick in, open up that chest so that we're working our obliques. After seated twist, we're doing a 90-degree knee pullover. So 90-degree knee, my feet are off the ground. It's like I'm leaning on a wall. I'm going to pick that weight up safely. I'm going to bring it down, straight arm overhead. I'm going to squeeze bottom of my ribs to bring that hand back up. So that's the 90-degree. If you're doing a band, you can run it under your back. Just make sure this is going to really force you to push your belly button in if you have a band to bring those hands up, or you can go totally no weight. Just really think about that reach overhead, thinking about engaging right above that, right below that rib cage. So I'm squeezing, I'm pushing my low back into the ground, and I'm engaging, pushing my shoulder blades into the mat as well to come up. So if you're not using any weight, really be focused on that form. You'll get pretty good results with that too. Everyone good? Alrighty, 15 minutes. Find my timer, goes away. Alrighty, starting with the hip bridges. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Hip bridges, then clamshell. Squeezing those adductors. After the clamshells, we're going to sit-ups. Sit-ups, you're twisting. After twist, you're going to pull over. Knees are at 90, like you have your feet on the wall. 10 minutes, 45 seconds. Halfway, gang, halfway. Two minutes. One minute to go. Good job, gang. Keep working strong. 30 seconds. Good. Finishing strong. Last 15 seconds. And done. All right, good job. We're gonna do one last little finisher, which is basically you're gonna go as fast as you can through the movements, obviously keeping good form. Let me stick those in the So it's going. It's a little bit of a pyramid. We're doing 30 jacks. So any jack that you want, jumping jack, seal jack, touchdown jack, any jack. 20 squats, 10 mountain climbers, 5 burpees or squat thrusts, and then back up. We're going back to 10 mountain climber, 20 squats, 30 jacks. All right. I think everybody's good with those movements. Anybody need to see anything? All good? All right. Starting with 30 jacks. 3, 2, 1, and go. After jacks, you're going squats, 20 squats, 20 air squats. Keep those chests up for the squats. After those squats, you're going mountain climber, 10 mountain climber. After the mountain climber, you're doing 5 burpees or the up, down without the push-up. 5 burpees, and then you're going back up, 10 mountain climber. 10 mountain climber, then 20 squats. And those of you that are moving ahead, the last one is back to the 30 jacks. So 10 mountain climber, 20 squats, 30 jacks. And if you made it through all of that, you're just going to breathe, relax, and then we're going to stretch when everybody's done. All right, I can't tell if I think everyone's done after the mountain climber squats, 30 jacks. You're back done. You're back on that other side of the mountain. Let me shut this off. There we go. All right, gang. So we're gonna cool down a little bit. Good work. We're gonna cool down. We're gonna stretch. We're gonna go into the up dog. So you're gonna come on down to the floor. Kind of that Cobra-esque pose. So you're gonna start with those hips down. Open up that chest as much as you can. If you need to, go on elbows. So you should be getting a stretch through the glutes, through that low back. And then look over your shoulder. Try to look at your heel. And then you're gonna turn and look the other way. I'm on my elbows because my back does not flex that direction. If you can get up on your hands to do that, I can't do it without lifting off the floor. So I'm staying on my elbows. I'm just kind of looking behind, getting a stretch through the ribs, and then the other side, getting that opposite side. So you should feel that little stretch through the ribs, through your butt, through the front of the legs. From here, we're going to go onto our toes. We're going to go into that. We're going to go push up into down dog. So down dog, pedal those heels, stretch out those hamstrings. From here, we're going to step 1 foot forward. You're going to go into a half kneeling. So 1 foot forward. We're going to do our little hip opener. So you're going to push that hip forward. So turn that belt buckle. Switch legs. So 90-degree knees. Knees are under hips. Turn my belt buckle to the ceiling. Get that stretch through that hip flexor. Extend one hand up. And then we're going to switch legs. If you want to go back into down dog to switch, you can. I'm doing it lazy style, just switching my legs. So again, opening up that hip, turn that belt buckle to the ceiling, extend that hand, get a little extra stretch. From here, we're going to go a modified child's pose. So you're basically going to keep your hands next to your body. You're going to come down to that child pose, put your head, slide those hands back, and then sink your butt back. So you should get a different stretch through the shoulders and actually a little bit into your neck if it's tight. A couple of breaths into that, and then you're going to bring those hands forward. Now we're gonna go into regular child's pose, so hands in front, sink down, get a stretch through those shoulders. Put one hand on top of the other so that you're reaching across your body, sink down again, stretch through that shoulder blade, scapula. Getting a little deeper into that rhomboid, teres minor, teres major. Come up, switch sides, so place that hand and then reach across, sink down again, stretch through that shoulder. Hands in front, coming onto quadruped or tabletop. We're going to do a little cat dog or cat cow, cat camel, whatever it is. Spine up, spine down. Curling up. Doing this normal, not from the tailbone this time, just curling up. Push those ribs to the floor, look up. Curl back up. Ribs to the floor, looking up. Good, and then we're gonna go last one back into that half kneeling. Hand on that knee, push your hand on in your knee so that your leg stays stable. Reach around behind, getting a little twist. Getting a twist out of this. And switching sides, same thing, hand on that knee, reach behind.